Okay, I came up with another one to do. Besides, I've got another Bible teaching video that I'll do. I just haven't uh, researched all the material yet, but I'm going to go and do this one tonight because it's doesn't require as much time and effort to really research it. I've had a lot of issues today. I was working on trying to get my printer working correctly so I could print out some paperwork that I need to fill out and get submitted in. And I was having a lot of issue with the printer. And it was something very simple. And actually, my son found the problem. So it just goes to show, he's just as smart. I knew he was. I asked him to help me out with it, help me figure it out. I had him on the printer while I was trying to do the printing from the laptop and getting the error messages. And first it'd say that it was going to print in black and white. Then it would say, no, you got to replace this ink first. And and then you got to replace, then you replace that ink. And you got to print in black and white. These two inks are low, and then no, it won't do it. You got to replace that other ink that's low. I'm like, huh. First one thing after another, after another, after another. And had to meet family earlier today, so just had a little bit going on today. Anyway, as this one's titled, we're going to discuss the old saying. If you haven't heard this before, I don't know what rock you've been living under, because it's a very popular saying, and it means a lot. It's a very strong saying. But it's also factual. Now, this is involving with if you're going to a get-together, if you're going to a meeting where other people are involved, an interview, a business proposal, whether it's a business proposal meeting or stockholders meeting, shareholders meeting, policyholders meeting, whatever the meeting is. When you're in the military, this is really pushed. Really pushed. But when you go to a job, if you got a job interview planned and you show up 5 minutes till or right on time, that shows that employer what kind of employee you're going to be if they hire you. That really ruins your character. For you showing up, right on the dot. Wrong. We don't care that traffic was bad. We don't care that the person in front of you was driving too slow. That's why you leave early. So you have that cushion for those hiccups. We don't care you misplaced your keys. We don't care you couldn't find the right article to wear for the interview. You're supposed to plan that the day before. Have it all laid out. Be prepared. Being prepared makes you look extremely good to a future employer. Or your future boyfriend or husband or future girlfriend or wife. It's showing them that you respect them. But we're going to get into that here in a minute. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Popular motto emphasizing extreme punctuality, meaning you should aim to arrive before the scheduled time to be truly prepared and show respect. As arriving exactly on time often means you're already slightly behind or unprepared for the start. It's a principle associated with figures like football coach Vince Lombardi used to preach. It was also called Lombardi time. Author Eric Jerome Dickey highlighting that true readiness involves buffer time for unexpected delays and to fully engage from the start. So if the appointment's for 8 o'clock and you show up at 7:55 or 8 o'clock, you're delaying the people that are involved you're delaying the meeting from starting. They can't start without you. And if you are the interviewer, you just made the company look bad. You made yourself look bad and the company look bad because they're willing to put up with that from you. How are you being respectful to your interviewee, to the person wanting the job? Yeah, they're going to kiss your ass and bend over and say, yes, sir, may I have another one? Just because they can get the job if they're really that damn job scared, if they're really that brainwashed. Me, I don't put up with it. I don't. I try to fill out the person that's trying to do the interview to see, how they're acting. And if they're just very arrogant and full of themselves once they show up, well, then they kind of get a dose of their own medicine back at them. Respect starts from day one, from the first second y'all meet up. The interview is about not only you selling yourself to them for the job, they need to sell themselves to you as an employer. Why do you want to work for us, or why should we hire you? What makes you stand out? Heck if I know. I don't know about the rest of your people back there. Never met them. I don't know how I would stand out. But I can tell you what does stand out. You were 5 minutes later, you were right on time to the interview. I've been sitting here waiting on you. That's what stands out. So why should I want your job? What would make me want to accept the job? I don't care what your history is. What would make me want to accept working for you as my boss? If you can't do something that simple. Anyway, I'm getting off track. Meaning that behind the phrase, early is on time, arriving ahead of schedule means you're ready, calm, and prepared when things officially begin. Respecting everyone's time. On time is late. Arriving exactly at the start time often means you're still settling in and checking messages or getting ready and making you effectively late to participate fully. Late is unacceptable. Missing the start time or arriving at the agreed time shows disrespect, disorganization, costing others time, and damaging your credibility. I mean, you don't think I'm serious about this. A lot of these things pretty much are a decision maker when it comes to jobs and whatever. If somebody really wants you to be their partner or something, if they can't respect me to show up at the appointed time, that shows me they're not going to respect me when we're trying to run a business together. They're going to try to do what they want without us discussing it first. Or, your girlfriend, you meet up for a date. Well, hell, if he can't get here on time, is he going to be late to our wedding too? Is he going to be late to our child's birth? What else? Is he going to be late to meeting my parents? And the guy's going to think the same thing. Well, hell, if she can't be punctual, how's she going to be punctual in the rest of her life? Women, I don't give a damn what the old saying is. Women are not allowed to be fashionably late. If they want to be treated equal, they need to act as such. And they've been bitching about being treated equal for decades. They just want equal pay without the equal work. That's all that amounts to. Excuse my language, but I had to say it like it is. Just because I've been teaching the Bible doesn't mean that I'm not human and, I can't use certain words. I try not to use particular words together, but, well, no, I'm just going to try not to. Why it's used. Professionalism. It demonstrates respect for others' time, integrity, commitment to task. you're showing them respect that you're committed to the task, that you respect their time and you have integrity. Preparation ensures you're mentally and physically ready for a meeting, event, or task without rushing. Buffer time. It builds a cushion for inevitable small delays like traffic or technical issues preventing actual lateness. For a 2 p.m. meeting, for an example, arriving at 1:50, 10 minutes till, early means you're on time. Barely. 15, 20 minutes early is better. At least 15. And ready and arriving at 2 on time means you're late. And just arriving at 2:10, 10 minutes after, late, unacceptable. To be honest with you, 2 p.m. is unacceptable. You're not being respectful. 2 p.m. is really considered unacceptable at 2 p.m. Or at least communicate to the person by phone call, text message, something. Hey, I apologize. I'm running a few minutes behind. This happened. I am on my way. If you wish to reschedule, just let me know. We'll work something out. Otherwise, I'm on your way now. ETA, which is estimated time of arrival, which means when you're going to arrive. ETA is such and such. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Now, this is also something that the military also recognizes and tries to teach recruits from day one. The moment you sign that paper and you're supposed to show up and arrive for that bus trip, you better be thinking about this, because they're going to be yelling, they're going to be in your face regardless, because that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to break you down and then rebuild you the way they want you to, mentally and physically, mainly mentally. It's a core military ethos. Early is on time is late, and late is unacceptable. Even worse, 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late. Emphasizing extreme punctuality for preparation, respect, and discipline, ensuring troops are ready before the actual moment to handle minor delays and show reliability. A concept also seen in Lombardi time, which we just discussed. Meaning and origin, core principle. The phrase isn't just about showing up, it's about being prepared and ready to perform when needed, not just arriving at the designated hour. The logic, if you aim to be exactly on time, 0800, for example, which is 8 a.m., 0800 is the military time, any particular problem, traffic, lost keys, a slow elevator, makes you late. It ain't the traffic's problem. It ain't the fact that you misplaced your keys. It ain't the excuse that the elevator got stuck or something or was slow. It's you. You created all that because you didn't leave earlier to make way in case something like that happened, or if all of it happened. The solution? Aiming to be 10 to 15 minutes early. For example, instead of being for an 8 a.m. meeting start, you arrive at 7:45, 7:50. My advice? You arrive at 7:40, 7:45. Builds in a buffer, so if you hit a snag, you're still on time. If all goes well, you're early and can get settled. People don't want to be waiting on you. They're ready to start this meeting. And it'd be the same thing if you showed up early. I'm not saying an hour or 30 minutes, but if you want to show up in the parking lot, say an hour or 30 minutes early, and quickly check your phone real quick. But you need to be in that damn office, ready, sitting in the waiting room or in the interview room, 7:45. So, cultural impact. This ingrained habit, starting in basic training for people who learn it from there alone, stresses accountability, respect for the other person's time, and organizational efficiency, often sticking with veterans for life. Variations, you might hear 5 minutes early is 10 minutes late, meaning you're still late if you're only 5 minutes early. Or the full phrase ending with, and late is unacceptable. I know some of you so I'm 45 years old. I was taught this. Over time, I was taught this. I learned at an early age about being on time instead of being late. It makes a good impression for whatever the case may be. Now I can understand maybe one time you might end up running late because of something. I can get that. Even though you left on time, you did everything you were supposed to do, life still happens. I get that. You could have a flat tire, car stall out, or you get into a wreck. I get it. Communicate though. Communicate to the one that you know is waiting for you. If you can, communicate. Do it. However you got to figure out how to communicate, just do it. That's like people on Facebook when I was trying to help give away those kittens. I may have done told this when I talked about Facebook Fruit Loops. I don't remember. But there was a girl on there. There was one kitten left to get rid of, and it was an orange and white one. It was a male. She reached out to me through Messenger. Hey, is the kitten still available? If it is, what's the sex? I said, yes it is. It's a male. I went all day long waiting on her to respond. I think I went to that evening or the very next. I think it was that evening. Might have been the very next day, but I'm pretty sure that evening. Hey, are you still interested in the kitten? I need to know something. I got other people that are asking. Nothing. Just crickets. So I asked one more time the very next day. Are you still interested in this kitten? I need to know. I need a response. By that evening, nothing. So I reposted it. I changed the posting on Facebook. Basically saying, and then had already put in there serious inquiries only. Please be sure that you want the kitten before you ask about it. This time I said serious inquiries only. Make sure you want serious inquiries only. I said what that entails is don't ask us about the kitten and then we give an answer and then you ghost us, or you just ignore us. I said that's highly disrespectful. I said our time is just as valuable as your time is. Oh, she finally responded to that in the comments of that post. Well, maybe it was the wrong gender, or maybe it just wasn't the right fit. I don't know. I'm sorry. And I said, and it wasn't directly at her. She ain't the first one that did that to me. I just finally had reached a breaking point with her. And I said, well, that's all fine. That it's not the right fit. I said, but at least one should communicate that. Shortly after, she comes back, she says, well, maybe they just live a busy life. Maybe they didn't have time to. I don't know. I said, we all have busy lives, but yet you had the time to come on here and defend yourself. I said, that's not the point. You had the time. You had the time to come on here and defend yourself, thinking I was directing it right at you. We all have busy lives. We make time for what we want to. If we really want something bad enough or want to do something bad enough, we'll make time for that. Just make sure that you're early. Make sure you're early. I understand. Now, I don't text and drive, so if somebody's trying to communicate with me, I might be a little bit of delay if I'm driving down the road, because actually it's illegal to text and drive unless you can do voice text, which I don't have that set up on my phone. And if I did, I've done the same numerous times with other situations where the voice to text doesn't accurately text out what you're saying. Everybody speaks differently when it comes to English. Everybody hesitates or stutters or whatever. Has a hard time getting their thought across by text. Things like that. But anyway, that's tonight's video. I don't know if I'm not going to say I'm going to do one every night. I still have that one that I'm going to do. I just got to do my homework and my research based on what I want the video to be about, or what direction I want the topic to go in. But anyway, with all that being said, I hope y'all have learned something. I know there's a bunch of you out there that do need to learn this. Whether if you're going to learn it, if you're going to take heed to it, I don't know. Doesn't matter. You know it. You can't say you didn't know it now. Anyway, we love you. We appreciate you. Pray for us. We'll pray for you. Hope you had a decent weekend. And until next time, take care.